Hello everyone, thank you so much for joining me here today. If you're new, I'm Amanda. Welcome to the channel where we are all about shattering the mental health stigma. If you haven't already, make sure you make sweet love to that subscribe button so you're not missing any of these reactions, any of my vlogs about my mental health journey, or any of my celebrity interviews about their mental health journeys. Today's reaction is a request from my amazing Patreon, Necromantic Aromatherapy. I feel like there is a story I need to hear behind this name, but thank you so much for your continued love and support. Guys, if you haven't had a chance to check out my Patreon, make sure to do so. Link is in the description. You get to jump on live streams with me several times a month. You get priority song requests. You get behind the scenes pictures and videos and personalized pictures and so much more. Every single dime goes toward my mental health outreach, and that is how I am able to do so much for the community. So thank you guys so much for your love and support. Like I said, link is in the description if you haven't had a chance to check that out already. And I have a huge project in the works, so I am very excited to start moving forward with that. But without further ado, we are going to do We the United by Lovebites. Yeah, I'm getting back into Lovebites. I had done one reaction a couple months ago, and I am just feeling the need for that girl power again today, this week, this month, in general. I'm excited. I'm excited. Let's just dive in. I got a little lost there for a second. I just feel like I'm watching them, I'm going, what is going on? I think I'm having an eargasm, or my brain is just short-circuiting because it's just so much power and so much energy, and I love it. So much positivity, so much love. You just feel it emanating from her, from them in general, and I love being a part of it again. Thank you for getting me back into this energy. The Silent Dawn, for me, represents the silence before the dawn of time, or emptiness, as Remy called it, oneness. And once we have those experiences, those trials and tribulations, we can't return to the unknowing. We can't undo those things. We can't unsee or unfeel the things that have taken us away from that paradise. And I think that's something that we learn as we come to that age of awakening, that age of enlightenment. As we start to experience more in our lives, we start to come to that realization, and it's hard. It's really hard. I love that they really reiterate the need to be together, that no one is able to live alone, because if I remember correctly, their followers are called the Wolf Pack, which is funny because here I call my followers my cubs. My Patreon is staggered as a wolf pack would be. I've always been very attached to wolves, but it's true. We are pack animals. We're not meant to be alone. We're not meant to try to get through things alone. And I see that really often with people that are trying to get through their mental health struggles. They often say, you know, I don't want to be a burden. I don't want to bother other people. I don't want to make other people think I'm crazy. I don't want other people to be drugged down. When if we share, if we talk about our stories, it normalizes it for other people, because so often we realize that they're going through the same struggles, and we never know who needs to just hear our struggles so they can go, oh gosh, okay, I'm not alone. God, it's just so amazing to hear people really fighting for this message and letting people know that it's okay to struggle. It's okay to go through these things. I used to have this mindset, thanks to the show Nip Tuck, that once you stop striving for perfection, you might as well be dead. And while it is true that we should be aiming to improve ourselves every day in some way, we should stop aiming for perfection and start aiming for progress. I think it's so sad that there's this, especially nowadays, this need to be perfect all the time. It's been indoctrinated into our society through Photoshop pictures and through people's messages that have obviously been written and rewritten until they felt like they could share them. They're not just raw and uninhibited thoughts or messages. People edit them 6,000 times before they post them. But I think something that was really important right there, that everything is indispensable. That's so important to remember, because the ripple effect of loss when we lose somebody is proof that the world is changed by every loss. Think about it. If one person loses their life, they think in that moment that, oh, that's not making a big difference. But even if they're only connected to one or two people, those one or two people are going to be affected. And those one or two people are attached to other people. And it's just going to have that butterfly effect that it could change someone's life on the other side of the world. We never know how far that's going to go, even if we feel like we're alone, because that's what depression tells us. We just never know. But I always say, no one person is more or less worthy. Really try to think about it. What are we basing worth on? If we're basing worth on looks, then there's supermodels that have been cheated on and dumped. If we're basing worth on money or success, there's people that are billionaires that are struggling with their mental health, that are struggling with their lives, who've had their wives cheat on them or leave them, who have, lost everything 3 or 4 times. What are we basing worth on? It's just kind of a silly thing to think about, that we are saying one person's more important than the other, and we just have these amazing women here that are reminding us that that's not true, that there's not a reason that someone else is more worthy than we are of love and value, and there's always answers. That was my takeaway from that verse. There's always answers. that's such a powerful sentiment. People always think that if you're successful or if you're good enough, that everyone's going to love you and that you're going to be approved. But even the top achiever has their critics. The people that have achieved the most, the geniuses of our world, still have critics. The people who are the most popular in their genre, be it sports or modeling or music or movies or whatever, they all have critics. There's always people that don't like them, either for their work or for the things that they do. There will always be someone that doesn't like you. I was just posting that on my Instagram the other day at Amanda Webster Health, that there's always someone, no matter what your next step is going to be, no matter what choice you make, someone is going to be critical of it. Someone will hate you for it. Who cares? Do you do it anyway? But I think instead of chasing the barren hits of likes and approval that so many people do nowadays, the addictions that give us that temporary comfort, if we just fight past our fleeting desires and our demons of unstable self-worth, I think that's when we can make our mark. And it is a fight, you do have to fight against those things, but we can make our mark. We have the strength inside of us to fight for ourselves and thus fight for other people, because we have to be united. We have to find ways to fight through our own turmoil so that we can be there as that story that other people can say, wow, that person made it. That person stepped off the ledge. That person, found the way through all of that darkness. When we can fight through that and we can lift other people up through that, I think that's a huge way of being united. It doesn't mean we all have to be strong. It just means we all have to fight. We all have to fight our own battle, and we all have to fight together. And I'm just, oh my God, I'm so in love with them. And I look at them, even their outfits make them look like some cross between a goddess and a fairy, and I love it. And I know that I've had a lot of fairy energy in some of the videos before, especially Nightwish with Floor, how she just has kind of that fairy energy. But these girls are even more so just like little fairies, and they're so confident, and I love it. I just love seeing that girls, women, young women, older women, whatever, have someone to look to as an example of confidence and power and empathy, that they care about other people. It's just so amazing to see this again, that this is becoming more prevalent again. I think that young women need good, positive role models, not somebody that's tearing anyone else down. And I know that verse started with humans are greedy and selfish, which is true, but it turns into, what can we do about that? It states a fact and then gives this thesis on, here's what we can do about that to make a difference. The first step in really making a difference is admitting when there's a problem. You know what? I actually believe her. I actually believe her when she says, I'll be here and we'll be there. And I honestly, I don't know much about this group other than the couple of reactions I've done, but I believe them. I think that they really would be there for their fans if someone expressed a need or if someone was struggling. I have the feeling that they really are that type of group. And just through their music, they're uplifting people and they are there. I don't think a lot of artists realize what they can do through their music and how they can support people's mental health through their music or support people, make them feel less alone. I definitely feel more connected and more empowered and more energetic right now just having listened to that. And I will be there. And I think that we as a community are going to be there for each other. It's beautiful to watch this grow and to see how we're connecting. I've seen a lot of people in the comments say that they're struggling, and other people jump in to say, hey, I'm here for you. I want to support you. Let's talk. And it's just so amazing to see. Do that. Keep doing that, guys, because it's really making a difference. It's really making a huge, huge, huge difference. And we can create miracles. Even if you're not a believer, I'm not particularly a religious believer, but I do believe that there are things that can't be explained. I do believe in miracles in the sense that we can put forth the energy to change the path of things, no matter how bleak it seems, no matter how dark it seems. As she said, always there is a way. Always, always, always. It can seem hopeless and desolate and just rock bottom, and you might not see the way out yet, but there is a way, I promise, coming from someone who is a recovered addict, someone who was on the ledge, someone who was self-harming for years and years, someone who I don't know before October 2018 if I'd ever consciously felt something other than depression. I mean, I would feel happiness here and there fleeting, but the depression was always there. And I know from a lifetime of that that there's always a way out of it. No one is hopeless. We are all worthy. Like she was saying, every person is worthy and valuable. Guys, no matter where you're at, good, bad, or crazy, share your mental health story in the comments. That is how we shatter the stigma. Connect with somebody else that you see might be struggling, or give them a high five if they're doing great down in the comments below. Like, subscribe, like I said, make sweet, sweet love to that button if you have not already. Share this video. You never know who needs to see it. I love you guys so, so, so much. Mwah.